Bro, now nigga get changed. Chop get blues on the mouth through the maze. Push star coupe on in the king. Standing there blocking up, serving the feed. Pie got not get to the blue cheese. Four got rocks up, serving the weed. I been out of town on the roads of my dreams. Four got a Glock with a scope and a beam. Nigga.
So shit, with that whole DJ stuff, like, how much you think you invested in, like, just the whole time, like, you know what I'm saying, coming up type of thing?
Like time or money? You talking about money?
Yeah, money, like, any your equipment type of shit, like.
I'd say
like,
like,
you know?
over since from the time I started to now, about 100,000. But I think when I first like made the full commitment to be a DJ, I spent about 2,000. I think that made me like in the game like a laptop.
So what was the basics?
You need a laptop, and it can't be like an old laptop. It got to be like reasonably new. Like you got to have enough RAM to keep up with shit, not shutting off. Have a good battery. Like so, like probably like now, probably like $1,000 MacBook. But back then, you could get these MacBooks for like 500. So 1,000 on that. You gotta spend like 1,000 on your controller or your CDJs and mixer and shit. That's like 2 racks. Headphones, mic, a couple hard drives, speakers. That's like 500. So yeah, like damn near 5K now. If you really want to get in the game, about 5 racks.
For sure, for sure. What would you tell to a young nigga though, like trying to do this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? What would you tell them to do, like, how to start this shit?
If I was focused on just DJing, I'd say go work at a DJ store, like some shit that you can get a discount, some of the shit. If you was just talking about doing music in general, I'd say, damn it, bro, try to go to music for that shit. Go to school for that shit. If you can go to school for music, you're gonna meet a lot of people that, number one, they already know how to use the equipment and shit, and they already have access to somewhere to record. So even if you fuck around and go for like 2 weeks and they gonna drop out, at least you gonna meet all the people that go to the school. So you fuck around might be able to come back in that bitch and use their studio. Like if you're young enough. But if you already like got a grown up job and you got a household and shit, just do it on your side thing. If you can, try to. If you know a DJ, go to his gigs with him. Learn more about it. If you know somebody who works in the studio, go sit next to them while they mix a record and just learn. Like whatever you could on that free time, use that up.
For sure. So shit, what would you think? What was your first like big look? Like what was your first big thing for like people was like, oh yeah, that's Cam, that's bro, he doing that shit for real, he going crazy.
I'd say before even I started making music or DJing, like the first big look was I had a big ass party when I was 16, and I feel like that was like a moment when the people that was in the industry and the party scene and that was already doing it, like the biggest parties, that was like when they stamped me and said like, we fuck with bro. So like from there, boom, I went to.
Who you get stamped by?
So like everybody that was around me at that time was Ricky, Brayshawn, Nino Powers, Corey Guns. Like it was like a lot of us, and we was pretty connected because of Facebook. Like we was all into Facebook heavy as fuck at the time. So they threw the Big Bash, through the Big Bash 2, Big Bash 3, and all these parties was like ending in like chaos. Like these were crazy ass parties, bro. Like for 16 plus though. So it was like a big ass scene of party people, and they brought me into that shit as a promoter. Then I went from there, and at that party, this is part of history, is DJ Youngstar, who has always been a huge DJ in Minneapolis. He was the DJ at my birthday party. And now me and Youngstar is playing New Year's Eve together at 7 on Friday. Which is, you know, that shit comes full circle, bro.
Straight up. So shit, what was like the first like big booking you got, like the most you got paid for, like what was that?
The most shit
matter of fact, before I even ask you that, what was the craziest shit that even happened with the party shit though? Like, you know, I know some crazy shit. Give me like some crazy shit that happened real quick.
The crazy shit that I had seen because of these parties was like shit I had never even seen on the news. Like people rioting in the streets, like running down the street. This is way before all the George Floyd shit. People was rioting at these parties, bro. They had to bring out all the horses. Horses is stepping on people.
This
people
is Minneapolis?
was throwing chairs through windows and shit. Yeah, this is downtown Minneapolis on Nicollet Mall. Like, bro. And then I remember one of the parties, I had got in trouble at school for some shit. I think I got in trouble for stealing, bro, like shoplifting. And my parents wouldn't let me go to the fucking party, bro. And we had promoted it like for the whole like couple months. Everybody going, everybody from school going and shit. And I couldn't go to one of them, bro. And it turned out to be the last one. Like, I don't know. I just know this nigga Brayshawn was going crazy with the parties, bro. Back then, niggas have Zodiac Bash, South Beach Bash. Bitches got bikinis on, bro, at the parties, bro. He throwing parties everywhere in St. Paul, fucking in Mankato, fucking downtown Minneapolis, on the U's campus. They was going crazy, bro. And then what's even crazier is that Nino, who was the cameraman, and he was doing all the digital direction, he went on to work for Floyd Mayweather.
Ooh, that's some next level shit.
Yeah, bro, there's like a lot of history to like people that's in Minneapolis and why they do what they do and where they at. And a lot of times people think they just, boom, got on overnight, but they got 10, 20 years or shit. Yeah.
They ain't see the grind, but that's how it is though, always type shit. Everybody see, they think it's overnight when you just pop. But shit, yeah, back to what I was saying with that first booking, like what was your first big booking type shit?
First big booking was probably, I got booked in Chicago. Just after, like, I was already pretty on, bro. But I got booked in Chicago for this shit called, damn, what's this shit called?